So I wanted to make a quick little comment here on this fantastic video of a great white shark sighting off of Race Point near Cape Cod. And this great white is awesome. It was a really great sighting, nice and up close view. And the thing is, you can hear the father and his son kind of exclaiming over this sighting. It's like really rare to see for them. And one of the things you hear the father say is, he's hungry. He thinks we're dinner. So I wanted to clear up a couple of things. I do think that this shark is probably hunting for a meal. It's probably on its way for trying to track down something to eat. I think though that it's important to note this shark is not trying to find a way to eat the people on the boat. This is not what's going on. So first thing I do want to point out that this is not a he. It looks pretty clearly to be a female. One of the ways you can easily tell a male and female shark is that the male has external reproductive appendages called claspers. And on the great white, they're really large and prominent. And if you look on this, we get several passes, really great views of this shark. And you can tell that there are definitely no claspers showing up. So we can see the anal fin there, but there's no claspers. So this is a female. One of the things that she's probably doing is looking to find a food source that she can basically just feast on. Now, sharks are really good hunters. They have fantastic senses, but the thing is, they really go after the easier prey. They don't want to expend a lot of energy. They have a very slow digestive system, so they want to use their sensory systems to track down things that are an easy meal. Now, they've got things called ampullae of Lorenzini, and these are tiny holes in their nose that are able to detect electrical and electromagnetic interference. And they use that to actually detect the neurological energy from fish that are in distress. They also have a giant motion sensor along their whole body called a lateral line, and that's actually used for detecting the motion of a fish that's also in distress, something that's moving erratically. So they've got motion sensing, they have electrical and electromagnetic sensing systems, they have a fantastic sense of smell, and they have very good eyesight. The thing is about eyesight is that they might see the dad and his son on the boat here, but really all they're seeing is this silhouette of the boat. And they see that the people on the boat are basically just things that are moving on top of it. So what this shark is looking for is really not to make a meal out of the people. There's two things that are going on here. Almost every pass of the shark is going past the motor. So if you notice that when the camera pans around when the shark makes a pass, she's really not focusing on the front of the boat, she's going to the rear of the boat. That's where the engine is, and the engine is a gigantic piece of metal. And that huge piece of steel causes, believe it or not, a magnetic field. And that magnetic field is setting off her ampullae of Lorenzini and telling her that there's something nearby that's generating, potentially an electrical field, so there could be a food source nearby. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I'm willing to bet that this shark has seen boats before, and that when these boats are around this area, they're usually people fishing. Now, sharks, again, are going to look for fish that are weak or injured or in distress, so therefore easy to catch. So when you're fishing, you catch a fish on the end of their line, and then all of a sudden there's a fish in distress that can't get away. So the shark is realizing that a boat very likely means there's going to be fish that are easy to catch nearby very soon. So what she's doing is she is patiently waiting for this silhouette that she's found, that she recognizes, that generates an electromagnetic field that probably drew her in from a distance, that she knows from experience may in fact produce some easy to catch food. So she's not looking to eat the dad and his son here on the boat necessarily. Now, I wouldn't recommend jumping into the water because if she is looking to make a meal, you could potentially, once you're in the water, suddenly you have a scent, if you will. You also are producing a lot of movement. Humans swim very erratically, so we set off their lateral line, and they're going to detect your electromagnetic signature with their ampullae of Lorenzini. So now all of a sudden, you're something that's in distress, can't swim very, very fast, and could make a very easy meal. So I don't recommend you jump into the water. But these sharks are not looking to eat human beings. They're not seeing a human being on the boat and saying, I hope they jump in, or I hope they fall in, I'm going to try and make them fall in. They don't have any understanding of what that is. She just thinks there's going to be fish nearby, and she's going to try and catch them.